So, thank you for subscribing. I am super nervous to be doing this. So, this week, I'm just really going to go over what a surrogate is. For those who don't know, I'm assuming you do, but it's not good to assume things because there are so many different forms. When I did the surrogacy, I just recently had the baby. I had her in October. I did the gestational carrier because I did not want to go the traditional route. The traditional route is when you allow them to use your embryo, and then at the end of it, you would then have to create adoption papers and sign the child over to the couple, which is something that's remarkable too. I personally chose not to do something because I know that I would have a hard time with giving my own child away, assigning my own child over to someone. It's basically a legal open adoption if you decide to go the route, or you can do it as a closed adoption. I did the gestational carrier, which is they had a fertilized embryo that they transferred over. We decided to only do one because the risks were a lot higher if you did more than one. So when they explained to me the importance of that one embryo and what I needed to do to prepare to be able to have that embryo transferred into me, I made sure to do every step that they asked me, because even if you miss one or if you mess up, it can just basically ruin everything if you don't do the medications that they ask you to do, if you don't do your injection shots, which is something that I will cover here within all of this. Probably not today because it's a lot to talk about. So as far as the gestational carrier, I chose that route because I know I felt comfortable knowing that when I have a child, that this child belongs to this couple. This child was going to grow up to look like them. I do have children. I love my children. I'm sorry, I really didn't introduce myself. I'm just assuming you know who I am. My name is Cassandra. I have 4 children of my own, 12, 11, and 7 and 5, and they keep me busy. So I decided to wait to become a surrogate till after I had my own children, because then it it doesn't make it, I don't, for me, in my mind, in my opinion, it makes it a lot easier for me because I know what motherhood is. I know the experience, and to be able to give that gift to someone else, it just made it just made it that much more easier for me to be able to give them their child, because most people are like, oh, aren't you going to get attached? Isn't it your baby? It's growing in you. Basically, I'm a vessel. I am like a incubator for the baby, in other terms, that carries this child, brings it to life, gives it the first 9 months, which is the most crucial part of our lives. 9 to 10 months is when we're in the womb, and then once the child is here, it's their duty as parents to raise their child. So all I did was become the vessel that she was not able to do, and that's okay. For people who think it's so wrong, you got here somehow. So anyways, me being a gestational carrier made me feel more comfortable when we started to initiate, go through everything. Before becoming a surrogate, I did not know the commitment that it was going to take. I'm not gonna lie, it did start off as a business transaction for me, and I think not for her, so because she had been through so much. But prior to me, I think I was either sixth or seventh person who she had taken to a clinic, and they denied. So it was more she was more emotionally invested at the time. For me, I was more so, I want to do this. It's also going to benefit me. And people think that sounds really bad, but I mean, it is what it is. That quickly changed once we started to go through the process, because we actually didn't and do the transfer to like at least almost over, it was a little over a year after we had started talking, and we went the independent route. We didn't go through a agency, which is something that I also will cover, because there's so many different ways, but you also have to be cautious both ways, going through an agency and not going through an agency, because there are cons and pros to each decision. And then you just never know, because the people in general, you don't know how people are going to act. You don't know how people are going to respond. You don't know how people, you don't know, you think you know people and you don't. And you see all these horror movies. Like, I watched When the Bout Breaks, and I was freaking out, like, what if she thinks I want her husband? Because you read books about it, but you don't really see too many people who've actually done it, like myself. And there's another lady named Harmony. I watched her videos. I really, kudos to her, because she documented hers all the way through. when I was going through it, I don't think I could have, because there was just so many ups and downs. And she went through an agency. I didn't go through an agency. And I'll explain more into depth as to why I didn't in a different video. And I'm also writing my own journey down. So if you want to read that, once I have that finished wrote up, I will put that link in the bio. And as soon as I do have it, I'll shoot a video out for all those who are subscribed so that you can as well. And then I also have a few people, emails already, that have asked me many questions. And I appreciate all the support. So please don't forget to like this video and share it, as much as I'm nervous to be doing this. And any questions, my email is in the description as well, if you don't want to put it in comments, because this is kind of personal. And for some people it's hard, like myself. It took a very long time for me to be able to speak about it, because I receive so much ridicule from people all around me. And people look at you weird. They're going to judge you. Who cares? They're going to ask you dumb questions. That's life. That's people. And you just have to learn how to just say, and go on about your business. And yeah, we're the human element. It does hurt when it happens. I've had my feelings hurt throughout the process. You know, people look at me because I already have kids and I'm pregnant. And if I'm by myself, I don't have, my family with me. I've had people say pretty rude things to me, even at my doctor's office. They kind of look down on you like they're better than you or something. And don't let that stop you, because what you're doing is remarkable. And the inner joy that I got from being able to help someone else in a way that nobody else could, it's unexplainable. But back to my decision as a gestational carrier, I decided to do it before I knew who I was going to do it for. And I don't know any pros or cons to that. You're not going to know the person. I mean, some people do it for people they know, some people they don't. Now that I've done it for her, we've become like sisters, and she's a very good sounding board. We don't even really talk about, I'll ask about the baby and she'll send me pictures, because I wanted it to be just like, have the baby and I don't want to talk to you, because didn't know how to, how do you have that conversation, which is something I also cover. And if you want to ask me before I even get to that, you can. But I wanted to just be, hey, I have a baby here, I'm done. And it turned into something more than that, because of the emotional investment just into another person. Relationships in general are built over time, and you're constantly communicating. And it happened to be that we both have the same interests, and that's something that, some people get people from different countries, so I don't know anything about that. I happen to be very fortunate to have somebody who we're a lot alike. And so I was surprised by that, and she really wanted to keep it open, and because she was very grateful, and on the other hand, I was just grateful too. So we're like both grateful, and it's like, why are you so grateful? And it's kind of hard to explain until you actually experience it. But with that being said, I am going to conclude this video because it's really long and you're probably bored watching me. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm really not sure on the next topic that I'm going to talk about, but once I do start to get an outline, I will be sure to post that, and I will be sure to make sure to mention that in each and every video. Like I said, this is new to me. I'm very, very nervous to be putting to put my personal life out there. But I know when I was looking around and when I was going out, I didn't see any factual, like besides a doctor saying something and all this science stuff that I didn't even know, because I hadn't even been through it. So how am I supposed to know what this is? Like progesterone, I'll go quickly over that. Progesterone, you have to inject it, and I promise you, that first night I cried. I think I screamed, because I don't like needles, and you have to do that for 3 months. But I told myself every time I was injecting that shot that this is for life. This is to sustain life for this embryo. And if I got to sacrifice 3 months, that's what I'm going to do, because that's the commitment that I made. And then the estradiol that we have to do, I'll talk about that as well. That's a hormone that controls so many things that I didn't realize. Kudos to the women who go through menopause and don't complain about it, because I don't know if I'm ready for that phase in life. But I want to thank you for taking your time. I am nervous. So before I post my next video, have questions, email me. If you don't feel comfortable putting it in the comments, Even for the people who want to make negative comments, I don't care. I'm past that phase in life. Everybody has their own opinion. Opinions are like behinds. Everybody has one, and I got toilet paper for you. So I know I've seen people be very rude and crude. You can come. I don't have time for it. If you want to be able to put that negativity, please take it somewhere else. On my channel, I just want to be able to help those, because when I was looking, like I said, there was nobody out there that had actually experienced it that I had, where they actually told me that, yeah, you're gonna have to do progesterone shots. You're gonna have to change your diet up. You're going to have to do the estradiol. You're going to have to go get your tubes. You're going to have to go through so much. And it's not even much, because it's what you would go through anyway, being pregnant. It's just you have to mimic in those first few months are some of the most critical months. And I was so busy with making sure that I did everything that I needed to do, I didn't have time to form an emotional connection. And then people asking you 101 questions, you're too busy. I got so detached because I was constantly sick, dehydrated, in and out the hospital. At one point, I got really constipated because of the medications and the hormones, that it was just, I was like, oh my gosh. By the time I looked up, it was almost time to have the baby. And I was like, yes. But I'll cover all that throughout this whole process. Like I said, I'll update this once a week. And I am writing my journey down for those who do want to just read it and you don't want to listen to me, because that was a thing when I was watching Harmony's videos. She's wonderful at documenting everything. It's just sometimes I don't want to sit still for 30 minutes to watch, but and so I'm fortunate sometimes I have that extra time. But with 4 kids running around from sports to sports, I don't have that. So I'm trying not to do that today. But I know this video is over 10 minutes. I do apologize. I will try to keep my videos under 10 minutes, just because I know you're busy. If you're watching this, you probably already have kids and you want to just see what I'm talking about, and you want to see what I went through. And I just want to prepare you, because nobody prepared me, and besides, what the doctors said, and nobody tells you, the con artists, that there really are con artists. Like there was, and this is my last thing I'll say before I'll end this video. There was one person who tried to con my intended parent by saying it was a man and he was trying to say that he was a woman, and she needed to give him a deposit in order to use his services. And it's like, wow, people really do things like that. And then even with the clinic, and the clinic was the first clinic we went to. We ended up having to go to another clinic, and the other clinic we went to, we were able to get everything done for under $12,000, not including what she paid me, but for her to get her eggs extracted, to get the embryo, to get all my stuff done, to get everything for under $12,000. Like, and then we had to go through the insurance and the lawyers and things of that nature, and I'll talk about that. So please subscribe. I hope you were able to take something away today. I am going to try to get better at this. This is still new to me, and I am very nervous, and I'm sorry if I keep apologizing, but I do appreciate the support that you're showing me. And if I can support you in any way, please reach out and let me know. I appreciate that, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.